We all find a calling in life, to have our voice heard through words or through music or showing it through art. But for one little girl, the calling she had was the skies.
Always, always, I was born with wings. And it's true. It's not a joke. It's not funny. I was born wanting to fly. And when I was about 3 or 4 years old, a hot air balloon went over the house. And, I have no idea what this thing is. I just hear a whoosh, whoosh, and I go running outside. And I'm a little girl, and I look up, and the balloonist hollers down. He's probably, 500 feet, hollers down and says, "What's wrong, little girl? Cat got your tongue?" This is like it was yesterday that I remember this so well. After that, I went to the encyclopedia and I sat there for hours leafing through, trying to find a picture of that thing that went overhead. Finally, I asked my mom to take me to the library, and as I'm leafing through, trying to find a picture of what this beautiful thing overhead was, I saw a lady standing on a wing and the airplane flying. And I said, I'm gonna do that also.
Captain Judy Rice is a world-renowned aviator and esteemed flight instructor who has always had an intense fascination for aviation and aerospace technology. This interest and 16 years of experience in formal education brought her into the field of aerospace education. With the pursuit of aviation came the hurdle of new challenges and factors to consider.
I always wanted to fly, but because you're a girl, girls don't fly, I put it way, way down inside me and buried it to where I couldn't find it anymore. And my son at 13 said, "Mom, I want to learn to fly." I was determined he wasn't going to lose it like I did. Then he followed up with, "Mom, why didn't you ever learn to fly?" And that was even more amazing. I had no idea I ever shared anything with him about flying, but apparently I did. So because I was on a school teacher budget and a single mom, we learned to fly together. I took flight lessons, and it was slow because, I had to save my money, and I'd fly like on a Saturday and then maybe another couple weeks fly another Saturday, and in the meantime I'm doing the books and teaching my son as I'm doing the books. And of course, if you teach it, you know it even more. And then when he was allowed, he'd sit in the back seat while I'm on my flight lesson. He's a helicopter pilot. He's dual rated, helicopter and fixed wing. I'm very proud of him.
She values the experience gained as a teacher in special education because it gave her a broad knowledge of the learning process.
So I was a formal school teacher, special education, behavior disorder, learning disorder. And it was really my thing. I really could channel students on first wanting to learn and then having the energy to learn it, which was hard. I could relate. I couldn't do numbers. And that's what I'd usually tell the student. When my students found out when I started taking flight lessons that I was flying, anything and everything I could teach them if I wrapped it around flying. And I went, "You got something here. You gotta use it. You gotta help teachers understand the power of aviation."
Captain Rice took to flying like a bird leaving the nest. No parachute and no hesitation. Since beginning her aviation journey, Captain Judy has visited more than 100 countries and all of the United States, including Alaska and Hawaii. In 2015, she set a speed record flying from Greenland to Iceland.
Okay, I flew from Soderstrom, Greenland to Reykjavik, Iceland, just over 500 knots, and it took me about 15 minutes. That is full throttle fast, huge fast. Again, I had to look over at the two citation owners, and it was a huge application process, and they were along with me when I did the whole thing. And I just looked at them and I went, Sure. And they would, let's go for it. They were excited too. The whole reason that I wanted to do a record breaker on the world flight, not because I wanted to be in the record book. I mean, that's cool and everything, but the whole purpose was kids. So I wanted to inspire kids. If you don't like something, make it fun. And I had a blast.
In the same year, she successfully piloted a Citation Mustang around the world.
36 countries I landed in 26 days.
To be a total world flight, circumnavigating flight, you get a beautiful certificate. It has to start from one location and come back. You have to circumnavigate either north to south or east to west and go around the earth and come back to that location. That location was Burbank, California.
She has logged more than 3,000 hours in numerous aircraft. Her aviation mastery came through rigorous preparation and aid from some of the best minds in aviation. One of them being Buzz Aldrin, who accompanied her on her global flight. With all of her knowledge and experience, it was time for her to share that knowledge with aspiring aviators from around the world. The future of flight instruction was now in her hands to mold the next generation of pilots.
Instrument, commercial, advanced ground instructor, multi-engine. Multi-engine was hard because I'm little. Smashing that rudder when you lose an engine is really hard, plus I'm short. Citation type rating, and most importantly, CFI. My very first lesson, when I got out of the airplane, I said, I'm going to be a flight instructor. Because I'm a natural teacher. I love teaching. And that was my goal. I wanted to be a flight instructor. What I discovered is that instructing in an airplane, it ain't gonna happen. The airplane is all about body functions. How do you get your body to move to get the machine to move? You know, what do you do to move the machine? I'm all about the brain. So my preference, which most flight instructors prefer to be in the airplane, you know, they want to fly. I do too, but not under tension like that and trying to teach at the same time, not a good idea. So my favorite is ground school.
Captain Judy has flown around the world, instructed new pilots, and encouraged safe and expert flying through her articles in Captain Judy's Corner, a feature on Epic Flight Academy's website. Thank you, Captain Judy, for all you do to promote aviation.